Well, hello, my 7.5ers. Welcome and welcome back. I just I was tempted to say to my circus. Okay, to the circus of life, circus of YouTube and all that stuff. First of all, my disclaimer, this is my only channel, my only public channel, my only channel that I communicate with the world. I don't have any paid channel and I never had any paid channel. I don't have any other free channel that I post my content on YouTube or on any other platform. And I never had any platform that posted publicly. And I never had any pay platform whatsoever on no platform, nowhere in the world. When you see something like this, somebody that takes my content, my face, my voice, something that claims to be me, then please report it or ignore it. It is not me, but I prefer if you reported it. So you could help me. Thank you. I know that it's quite a while that I took a video, and there was a lot to think about in my life and a lot to process as always, and of course as in your lives, maybe you have to process also things all the time. Of course we have to do this. So I want to start off with some thoughts that I have about Christmas. I'm very often thinking about it, and every year the thoughts come back because the circus of Christmas is starting all over again. And as I studied, I had a how do you call this? Professor? You know what I mean. And he teached philosophy. He's very famous here in Germany, and he also writes books. And so I was very honored to be his student at that time. And he always calls Christmas the light party, so the party of many lights and many bling bling and xing xing and all the things people do, and I do also, because it's the time of the year, the dark time. So we light candles, we put out the light girlands, I don't know the word, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. And obviously all that stuff is one of my favorite words at the moment. And over me here we have the Picasso. I guess it's his blue face, but the print is in violet. So I want to talk about Christmas because when we think about the time when we take it serious, the message of Jesus' birth, and that he was born in very poorly conditions, as in not poor conditions, in poor circumstances. And what we in the Western world made out of Christmas is a party of wealth and consume, and of food and money, a lot of money and presents, and and of course I do this also. I give presents and many presents to my kids because I love them and it's tradition to do this at this time. But what I don't like, there are some things I don't like about it. So why do we have to saw off millions, thousands and millions saw off trees to put them in our flats and to throw them out after Christmas, to stack them outside at the side of the street like trash? But before we are so eager to have one, and we pay quite a big amount of money to have one and put it in our flat. And I never understood. So I can imagine, I understand the mood, I understand the atmosphere that this makes, but I don't actually I don't need to have a dead tree in my flat to feel the Christmas vibe of Jesus. But I know this is a very provoking sentence for many people, for many, of course. I don't need to have a dead tree in my flat, and I hate most of the times I don't like dead trees. I don't like dead flowers also. So as a present, I prefer living flowers in a pot. This is the first question I have. Is this the spirit of Christmas, to saw off millions of trees? Or is this looked from the outside when we take the extrinsic position, as I mentioned it once in my videos, when we take the extrinsic position and we look at us from the outside, we could also easily say that we are a little bit insane to first plant the trees, to just saw them off again. And then we are talking about the climate crisis, but obviously in our minds this doesn't correlate with each other, which intensifies the for me intensifies the feeling of insanity or schizophrenic behavior, at least. This is what I don't like, and I don't like the consume terror, I could call it. So when you look in the faces of people, 4 to 6 weeks prior to Christmas, they are so stressed and so I feel that almost never at any other time in the year people are so stressed as before Christmas. And I guess for me it's the pressure to feel something holy like the birth of Christ, to feel it by hustling around like a hamster in the wheel. Hustle, 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 buy, run, stress, food, eat, run, circle. And then to expect that when 24th of December has arrived, to have a holy and peaceful mood in your heart and in your mind. For me, it's not understandable. I never understood this. And what kind of tradition can this be, where we stress ourselves so much for what kind of outcome? What should be the outcome? Yeah, we give ourselves each other many presents, and we make triple time more food than on other occasions in the year. But is this the spirit of Christmas? To be thankful and to be quiet and to think about what it means to have Jesus in our lives and what Jesus wants us to do and to be. So yeah, this is wait, I have the word. This is this is an abyss. This topic is an abyss. It's a hole. It's a deep hole because the more you think about it, the deeper you fall. Because you then get to realize that it doesn't make sense what we do in our world at this time of the year and on many other times also. And the other topic that I had, it is a little bit linked to Christmas. Why? I know Christmas is a very sensible topic because many families are not so peaceful as they should be and as they would wish maybe to be. But at Christmas and this is also insane because Jesus doesn't want us to do this. At Christmas we pretend that everything is all right. And we don't talk about things openly to clear something up, to clear it or to work on it, but we put it under the rug, all the critical topics. We take the rug, put all of the BS under the rug, and then sit around the table and play peace. I want to say it like this: we play peace. What do people think about this? Why do they do this? Why do we play peace without having cleared the important things? And when we don't want to clear them, why do we sit there and play as if nothing had happened? We don't do it for Jesus, so for whom do we do it? For the sake of the how does Jerry Weiss say? For the sake of the dysfunction, to feed the dysfunction of the family, to feed in the dysfunction. So everybody knows that everyone is lying and everyone is pretending to be peaceful, but in all actuality, everything critical is put under the rug. So we could do this insane behavior at any time of the year, not only at Christmas time. But it has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus, in my opinion, so much as a tomato with a bicycle. There's no link between it for me. And I find it so funny that I know, it's so crazy for me. I know the reach that I have with my videos, and that's so much responsibility at the one hand, but at the other hand, I think I just say like I think, and I don't attack anyone. I just speak out my thoughts. Of course, in the rules of YouTube, to not speak out sensible things in some areas, you know what I mean, which should be private. But these social topics, we can talk about it, and I imagine how many people listen to this and they let it translated by the captions, and when the captions don't work, they let it translate themselves by some people that can translate it from English to German, because I'm in Germany. And yeah, I still cope with this with this fact that nothing is as it seems. So it seems as if I have 7 clicks, but so many more people see it and talk about it, and and as a psychic, you know that. So you know, and people hate it that you know it. They hate the fact, they say you can't do it, but at the same time they hate that you know it. And what I wanted to say, I still work on this, knowing it, and trying not to think so much about it. But at the same time, knowing that there's much responsibility. I already said it, but I had to cut it off at the moment for a short time, the video. So I have to remind myself what I was talking about right now. Yeah. People hate that you know it. They hate that you know, also I can say that I know. I speak for me, but it's maybe for the other psychics also. They hate that you know things you should not know, and normally you cannot know, but you get exact informations with your downloads, and they they say you cannot do this, and you just pretend that you can, but at the same time they are freaked out by how you can know many things that they very much try to hide, and you know them by just the source, the connection to the upper realm. And yeah, I'm still working on this, and I'm still getting used to this feeling that, understandably for me, people don't believe that there are other people that can know things that normal people don't know. But I don't consider myself as normal. I cannot consider myself as normal when I get informations that only few people have. And yeah, the other thing that I wanted to say is I wanted to ask you one last thing. I had a download. It is the sentence, ignore being ignored, which means, I translate it or I explain it for you, when people ignore you, they ignore, as we had been talking about the topic of dysfunctional families, they ignore your needs and they ignore your wishes, and at the same time they expect you to not ignore them as a response. And when you are ignored, you can ignore being ignored. So they ignore you, you ignore them. And you ignore being ignored, which means, when you translate it and when you see it from the other side, you yourself don't ignore yourself. So ignore that you are being ignored, but don't ignore yourself. Ignore the people that ignore you. Ignore them, because you are worth being seen, and your needs and your emotions, your feelings are worth being seen. So when you have people in your life that ignore your feelings and your needs, then you should ignore them also. Ignore being ignored. That was the download for today. And I know this is these are very heavy topics, but the insane behavior prior to Christmas is kicking me off every year, and it also makes me very sad, because people run they run away from what Christmas should mean for us, and they run away as a consequence, run away from themselves and from the feelings Christmas could evoke in them when they had the strength to just hold for a second, for some moments, to stand still and to listen into yourself. What could Christmas mean for you, for me, for us, for the world? Every year new. And instead we run and run in our hamster wheel. That's what I wanted to share, this thought about Christmas, and that we can handle Christmas maybe different. Not running around in circles. How this could look in your life, I don't know. Just you yourself know that. Everyone has to decide for him, herself. So that's what I wanted to share today. I wish you a wonderful, peaceful weekend, vacation time, and take care of yourself, and don't accept being ignored. You are worth being seen, and you are worth being respected. Respect yourself. I wish you a wonderful time. Until next time.